Hi everybody, Dave Matsuro here with the Marshall Way, trying out the summer line of the Marshall Way Dojo t-shirts. I'm here with my good friends,
Matt McGill.
Crystal McGill.
the McGills, who have been training with us a long time and are also black belts in our school. And today, this week, we're in week 19. Week 19. Okay, so we're working on now the concept of multiple attackers. In Aikido, our art is more particularly geared toward multiple attackers. So we have one-on-one self-defense, and then we also gear to if you're getting attacked by 2, 3, 4, even 5 people. Now we're going to ease into that. We're going to now not fully do 2 attackers, but we're going to do a situation where there is a second attacker that's looming or starting to come into the picture, and then we're going to make sure that we avoid that second person. And we'll focus on continuing to beat up Matt. Okay. So we'll start off, today is going to be just about some concepts. So one of the concepts is we'll have Crystal and Matt as the attackers, and they're starting to advance toward me slowly, right? So this is bad news for me. And if you notice now, they have to come to me. So when you have multiple attackers, if you guys don't mind, if you have multiple attackers, it's a lot of unknowns. But the one thing that I do know is that if they're coming at me, then this is their target. So even if they spread apart and they advance on me, eventually at some point, they're coming right here, right? So that's the one thing that I know. And I can leverage that knowledge. And if I leverage that knowledge, that means that I could wait, and if they'll get within a 2, 3, or 4 foot radius at some point. That's when it's most dangerous, but that's the best time for me to then do something. So again, slowly they advance. I wait, and then I can move. And now if you notice, I waited long enough, they committed, and now I have one attacker in between the other attacker and myself. So this, for 1 second, for one precious second, is now a one-on-one fight. And here, and I could have a whole lot of fun with Matt and break his arm, and then that buys me a few precious seconds before the second attacker. So another concept is as they're coming in, I could do something crazy and try to thread in between, but this is now risky for me. If I thread in between, one of them may have my back. So, of course, as always, as they start to advance, right, and always one person's going to advance faster than the other person, right? People are different body types, different speed, different mentality. So for whatever reason, Matt keeps advancing at a faster speed and pace. So I always want to get to the outside of this circle of attack. They're coming in, it's a circle of attack. I get to the outside of that circle. If I go into the inside, it's possible to be okay, but I'm putting myself at high risk. Okay, so another couple of concepts, and we'll call it a day, is that now this is the battlefield, and they are trying to determine the battlefield. So they come in, and they think that this is the battlefield right here. And if I wait long enough, they're going to make it the battlefield right here. But I get to determine the battlefield, right? So as they start to come in, I wait, and they think it's here, and I say, no, it's over here. Bang. Right? Last concept is, as I move away from one attacker, I also want to move away from the other attacker. So we do have a concept that, let's say Crystal's advancing faster. She comes in, I can move toward Matt, but now this circle here is starting to shrink, right? So we do that again. Crystal's advancing and I come in here, the circle is getting smaller. The better concept is to both move away from Crystal and Matt, move away from both of them. So I find the triangle that gets me away from both. So as she's starting to advance, they both advance, I'm coming away here, and now look what's starting to happen is I'm starting to get to the edge of the circle, and I'm starting to get one attacker in between the other attacker. So there's a lot of concepts here, right? But it's basic of being patient, waiting for them to come in. I know patience is tough when people are charging at it, but patience, letting them get to a small circle, moving to the outside of the circle of attack, moving away from both of them, not going in between them. Those are some basic concepts. And over the next 4 days, we're going to play around with different techniques that we could then leverage to disable the one person and neutralize the second person's attack. So, I've been Dave.
Matt McGill.
Crystal McGill.
We are with the Marshall Way at the Marshall Way Dojo.
.com.
And we will see you next time. .com, baby. .com, Adam. See ya.